The premier real estate market didn't exactly have the best year on record last year, but even as a certain worldwide pandemic continues into its second year, things appear to be gradually improving. The top 10 most expensive homes in the world are listed here. But before you start, subscribe to this channel and enjoy more top 10s often.
Number 10.
Southampton, New York's milestone at Meadow Lane, $175 million. It's difficult to single out a standout feature of the Hamptons, but this beachfront estate might be it. With 8 lush acres and more than 500 feet of ocean beachfront between the Atlantic Ocean and Shinnecock Bay, Milestone at Meadow Lane is priced at $175 million. The contemporary Tudor-style mansion has 11 bedrooms, 12 full bathrooms, 4 half bathrooms, a separate caretaker's cottage, and is a little over 15,000 square feet in size.
Along with all the contemporary amenities, you can anticipate beautiful millwork and views of the water throughout.
There is plenty of space for gatherings outside, as well as a pool, hot tub, 5-car garage, and a deepwater bayside dock for boats.
Number 9. $200 million Mesa Vista Ranch in Pampa, Texas.
Even after a few price reductions, Mesa Vista Ranch, which has been on the market since 2017, has failed to draw even one Lone Ranger.
That doesn't mean it is in any way undesirable.
The enormous estate, which spans a massive 65,000 acres in the eastern Texas Panhandle, is now listed for $200 million. The ranch, built by the late investor T. Boone Pickens, has a massive 33,000 square foot main house and its very own 2-story pub. Pickens spent about 50 years developing the property.
There is plenty of space for four-wheeling, trail riding, and other activities. Number 8. Sloane House, a $200 million mansion in London, England.
Sloane House, owned by Formula One heiress Petra Ecclestone, is a historic 18th-century Georgian estate that has been transformed into an opulent modern home. The home, which is in the upscale Chelsea district, was mostly reconstructed in less than 5 years by the British millionaire, who chose to maintain the building's exterior. The new basement, which also has a salon, a children's playroom, and a screening room, is one of the highlights. It has a pool, a gym, a spa, a hammam, and squash courts. The renovated house, which is currently one of London's hottest off-market properties, is valued at over $200 million.
Number 7. $210 million for Tarpon Island in Palm Beach, Florida.
Although it is an island, this is hardly some remote haven in the Caribbean. In the Billionaires Row neighborhood of Palm Beach, where Tarpon Island is located, you'll find a true who's who of real estate tycoons. This property is owned by Citadel CEO Ken Griffin, who nearly 3 years ago spent $240 million on a New York City penthouse, breaking the record for the most expensive home ever sold in the U.S. Tarpon may get a similarly exorbitant asking price. In fact, it was sold earlier this year to developer Todd Michael Glazer for $85 million. In exchange for the $210 million asking price, Glazer has agreed to renovate and enlarge the man-made island's residence built in the 1930s for the buyer. He would sell it to you for just $125 million if you preferred to keep it as is. The proposed restoration would include the addition of 2 pools, a 6-car garage, and 18,000 square feet of living space. Despite the house being stuck in the past, the entire parcel is 2.2 acres, which is a substantial amount of land for Palm Beach and has a lit tennis court. Even if it's not exactly the most private of islands, you'll still feel like you're alone because you can only get to it by boat via a little bridge.
Number 6. Casa Encantada, $225 million, Los Angeles, California.
The property market has high hopes for Casa Encantada. The ancient Bel Air home set a record for the highest residential sale in the country the past 2 times it changed hands, in 1979 and 2000, respectively. However, the third time hasn't been the charm. Conrad Hilton once owned the 40,000 square foot Georgian-style estate, which has been on the market since October 2019 with no interest. The expansive 60-room residence, which sits on 8 acres above the Bel Air Country Club and was originally built in 1937 by architect James Delina, is furnished with groomed gardens, a tennis court, and a koi pond.
Gary Winnick, a businessman and philanthropist, now owns Casa Encantada, which is eagerly awaiting the chance to write history once more. Number 5.
The $247 million One Hyde Park penthouse in London, England. The word exclusive has a whole new meaning thanks to London's most costly apartment.
Brokers are only revealing information to potential purchasers in a whisper listing for the opulent 18,000 square foot residence. Fortunately, we are aware.
Additionally, the two-floor condo is situated near a McLaren dealership and Rolex boutique in the opulent Knightsbridge district. Penthouse B, the jewel in the crown of the towering One Hyde Park, is valued at almost $247 million, or more than $13,700 per square foot. The completely furnished 5-bedroom, which is owned by London real estate developer Nick Candy, is jam-packed with opulent amenities like a Swarovski crystal chandelier and a secret champagne room. Additionally, it features wraparound terraces with picture-perfect views of London's renowned Hyde Park. Number 4. $250 million royal-style mansion in Caesarea, Israel. Now is your chance to purchase a royal castle or house if you've ever wanted to do so after seeing one. This enormous, 63,130 square foot residence was influenced by Baroque and Rococo design, and it is clear. When you enter, you are greeted by a massive crystal chandelier, sets of marble columns, and a sweeping staircase that leads to the upper levels.
The interiors feature marble and onyx mosaics and 14-karat gold moldings.
And if that weren't enough, the house has not one, but 2 fountains with sculptures in the Roman style. A private spa, fitness center, 2 pools, 1 indoor, 1 outdoor, and saunas are available to residents.
It is situated in Caesarea, an Israeli town on the Mediterranean coast, not Versailles.
Overall, the mansion has an architectural style that might not appeal to everyone, but it is undeniably spectacular.
Number 3. $250 million Cedarbrook Drive, Los Angeles, California. Once it's finished, the next item on our list should be the biggest building ever approved in Los Angeles. At this time, it is currently being built. When everything is said and done, the compound will be enormous, 78,000 square feet, only slightly less than Niall Niami's Troubled the One, which was placed in receivership earlier this year. While a nightclub isn't currently on the list, Cedarbrook Drive will include many of the same extravagant amenities, such as a bowling alley, gym, cigar bar, wine cellar and tasting area, and a 36-seat movie theater. There will be a 5-vehicle garage with 2 turntables for prized marcas for car aficionados. There will be a separate guest house for friends and family that come to visit because the property is planned as a compound. Since this is obviously California, the designs also show an outside pool with a lounge area.
Early buyers can save money on the property since, after the foundation is complete, it will only cost $92 million to purchase.
It will cost $250 million if you prefer to wait until everything is finished. Number 2.
Hong Kong, China's 24 Middle Gap Road, valued at $487 million. The same Hong Kong house frequently appears on our list of the most expensive homes for sale. The 2-story house at 24 Middle Gap Road, which was constructed in the early 1990s, has a relatively small 6,200 square feet of space. It has a circular swimming pool in the backyard, for full bathrooms, 1/2 bathroom, and 4 bedrooms. On the surface, it doesn't appear to be worth the astronomical price, but what you're really investing in is location. This 1/3 of an acre is situated in the affluent Peak District of Hong Kong. It's one of the most coveted neighborhoods in the city. In fact, one home there even sold for $657 million in 2015.
Perhaps location is everything. Number 1. The $532 million Villa Aurora in Rome, Italy.
In the most expensive house in the world, you can purchase a priceless picture and get a fixer-upper for nothing. That's the case with Villa Aurora, which is valued at an astounding $532 million due to its artworks rather than its profusion of conveniences or high-end appliances. The ceiling fresco by Caravaggio, which is the only one in existence and is located in the about 30,000 square foot home, is estimated to be worth $350 million on its own. Numerous additional priceless pieces may be found throughout the 6-story house, including a Michelangelo-attributed statue in the driveway and rooms with murals by Guercino. Of course, there is a catch: the 500-year-old villa is beginning to show its age. Princess Rita Boncompagni Ludovisi, the property's current owner, spent years refurbishing it, but the historic house still requires millions to be renovated. You might even come across another magnificent picture while you're doing it, concealed someplace in the walls. This is it for today's video. Which home did you like the most? Do share your opinions with us in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button.